Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to study science and we were studying chapter Nutrition in Animals, and it's the part 4 that we are going to study. Now in part 4 we are going to study digestion in human and its sub part, that is the small intestine. Already in our previous sessions we learned there are 6 compartments in digestion of human. There are first one, the buccal cavity, second one, food pipe or esophagus, third, stomach, fourth, small intestine, fifth, large intestine, and the sixth, the last one is the anus. So, and have learned detail, we learned in detail buccal cavity, food pipe, stomach. These 3 parts we have already learned in details. So in today's lecture we are going to study the 4th compartment of food digestion in human, that is the small intestine. So let's start. The small intestine is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meters long. The small intestine is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meters long. In the human digestive system diagram that we have seen in previous lectures, have you observed that small intestine? We label the diagram, and in which we have seen already the small intestine picture. So you can observe in that diagram that the small intestine is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meters long. What is the length of the small intestine? It is 7.5 meters long. It receives secretions from liver and the pancreas. What does it receive? It receives secretions from the liver and the pancreas. Besides, its wall also secretes juices. Its wall secretes juices. The liver is a reddish-brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. It is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile juice that is stored in a sac called the gallbladder. You can see the figure 2.2 that we have seen in the previous session also. The bile plays an important role in the digestion of fats. The pancreas is a large cream-colored gland located just below the stomach. Here you can refer the figure 2.2. The pancreatic juice acts on carbohydrates, fats and proteins and changes them into simpler forms. The partly digested food now reaches the lower part of the small intestine where the intestinal juices completes the digestion of all components of the food. The carbohydrates get broken into simple sugars such as glucose, fats into fatty acids, and glycerol, and proteins into amino acids. The carbohydrates get broken into simple sugars such as glucose, fats into fatty acids, and glycerol and proteins into amino acids. See, carbohydrates are broken into simple sugars such as glucose, fats broken into fatty acids, and glycerol and proteins broken into amino acids. So you have to remember this point. This is very important. Now absorption in the small intestine. Let's see how does the absorption happen in the small intestine. So the digested food can now pass into the blood vessels in the wall of the intestine. This process is called absorption. The inner walls of the small intestine have thousands of finger-like outgrowths. These are called villi or singular villus. Can you guess what the role of villi could be in the intestine? The villi increase the surface area for absorption of the digested food. Each villus has a network of thin and small blood vessels close to its surface. The surface of the villi absorbs the digested food materials. The absorbed substances are transported via the blood vessels to different organs of the body where they are used to build complex substances such as the proteins required by the body. This is called assimilation. This is called assimilation. In the cells, glucose breaks down with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. The food that remains undigested and unabsorbed enters into the large intestine. Now, let's see large intestine, because after absorption, the food is entering into the large intestine. So, the large intestine is wider, broad, and shorter than smaller intestine. What is the characteristic of the large intestine? The large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine. It is about 1.5 meter in length. It is about 1.5 meter in length. Its function is to absorb water and some salts from the undigested food material. The remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as semi-solid feces. The fecal matter is removed through the anus from time to time. This is called digestion. See this note. This is the important knowledge that you have to know about it. So, diarrhea. Have you ever heard this word diarrhea? Yes, this is a type of disease. So, what is it and how it happened? What is the causes of diarrhea? So, sometimes you may have experienced the need to pass watery stool frequently. This condition is known as diarrhea. It may be caused by an infection, food poisoning, or indigestion. It is very common in India, particularly among children. Under severe conditions, it can be fatal. This is because of the excessive loss of water and salts from the body. Diarrhea should not be neglected. Even before a doctor is consulted, the patient should be given plenty of boiled and cool water with a pinch of salt and sugar dissolved in it. This is called oral rehydration solution, ORS. Have you ever taken ORS? We put the sachet of ORS in water and mix it and drink. So recall the diarrhea and when we take ORS, this situation. It's very common. Now, this is assignment number 6 based on the knowledge that we have acquired right now. So, hope you all will solve it. It's very easy and you can take information from the notes that I have given you previously slides. Okay. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.